Hello, I'm Davia Chambers, and we begin with a question. Could you do any one thing continuously for 24 hours? What if it's something you really love? Well, if you put your mind to it, you can accomplish many things, as we'll see in our amazing stories this week. We're in the Southwest in Bon Accord. Welcome to Let's Talk Tobago. It's a time to refocus on tourism, says the Tourism Standing Committee. Speyside is the next stop in the Face-to-Face series, and later, Musical Woman from Argyle. These stories and more when Let's Talk Tobago continues.
Hey, why don't you step into the Scarborough Library facility? It has all the knowledge of our land, people and heritage that you just won't find online. The Scarborough Library facility is now open. Tobago Library Services. Information inspires innovation.
This property is located on Alfred Crescent in the Bon Accord Integrated Development. It's in close proximity to a variety of activities, restaurants and malls, to name a few. In tourism this week, we have news that the Tourism Standing Committee, which was disbanded in 2013, has been reformed in an effort to strengthen the tourism sector. Here's our lead story.
With the challenges that the energy sector is facing at this time, the government and the THA are looking at ways to generate more revenue from the country's tourism sector. That's why the Tourism Standing Committee has been re-established to create a more sustainable tourism industry.
The Standing Committee was first set up under Prime Minister Pandey way back in I think it might have been 2003 or 2003. And that was in response to a similar situation where there was a crisis where tourism development in Trinidad and Tobago was concerned. But more so, that there was not the level of collaboration among all the agencies that allowed Trinidad and Tobago to maximize these opportunities.
The committee will be chaired by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley. Members of the group will include Minister of Works and Transport Fitzgerald Hines, Minister of Finance Colm Imbert, Minister of Tourism Shamfuka Joe, Chief Secretary Orville London, Secretary of Tourism and Transportation Tracy Davidson Celestin, and THA's Chief Administrator Ray Sandy.
What the Standing Committee was able to do in the past, and what I expect that it will do, is would have been to able to bring in representatives from various agencies, whether it is immigration, whether it is customs, whether it is national security, so that a number of issues plaguing the industry or a number of opportunities available to the industry, you almost have a one-stop approach to it, and therefore these situations could be dealt with very quickly.
The integration of additional agencies will allow the country to more effectively market the two islands.
In a situation where you actually marketing one destination, a twin destination, but where each island has its own unique attractions, the need for collaboration becomes even more important, and you don't want a situation where you end up not having that level of collaboration and you sometimes end up competing against yourself.
In addition to the Tourism Standing Committee meetings, the Secretary of Tourism and Transportation, Tracy Davidson Celestin, will continue to meet with local stakeholders to discuss matters relating to the tourism sector. I'm Amadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
This villa was built to portray a Spanish design and comfortably accommodates a maximum of 8 persons. Now, there's a program that teaches a basic skill, creates fun for students, and develops national swimmers.
They aren't at the Olympic stage as yet, but these young swimmers are braving the waters and showing what they can do in the kickboard category of the 5th annual Primary and Secondary Schools Swim Meet, an event which saw over 200 students from 20 schools competing in various categories. The event is helping the youngsters develop basic skills and producing national swimmers through the Tobago YMCA Aqua Warriors swim team.
Everybody wants to be a warrior now, especially that now that we have accomplished having 3 national swimmers for the very first time in this year to make national team. Right now we have 2 of our swimmers getting ready for CISC in the Bahamas. So we're very excited about that.
The meet is the result of collaboration between the Tobago YMCA and the Division of Education, Youth Affairs and Sport. Many of the competitors are products of the division's Learn to Swim program.
So we decided that it was important to be able to provide them with the opportunity to learn in a controlled environment to swim. We believe that it will redound to their better enjoyment of the environment. It will also help them in terms of physical fitness, in terms of aerobic fitness and so on. And also enjoyment, because children love to go to the beach, they love to play in the water and so on. And we want to make sure that they were able to do that successfully.
These young swimmers can't get enough of the pool.
I like swimming because I learn strokes, different strokes, skills, and all other things. Why I like swimming is because the coaches are nice and I like all the fun stuff that we do there.
Besides the 2-day competition at Corland's YMCA facility for schools in the West, there will also be a 1-day meet for the schools in the East at the THA's Kendall Aquatic facility. The grand finals, entitled Clash of the Titans, is scheduled for July at Corland. I'm Kern De Freitas for Let's Talk Tobago.
The kitchen is on the ground floor and is equipped with all the appliances to help you prepare a tasty meal. There's also an adjoining breakfast bar, adding to that home away from home feeling. Now, when playing the steel pan gets you into the Guinness Book of World Records, it's no easy feat. But one local panist feels pretty confident about it. Have a look.
He goes by the stage name Mr. Fantastic, and he can play a wide genre of music from calypso to reggae to R&B. With his skills, extensive range of tunes, and his love for the national instrument, Mr. Fantastic will put his talent where his mouth is. He's going to attempt to enter the Guinness Book of World Records as the first panist to play non-stop for 24 hours or more, something he's already done twice this year.
This idea came about when people started teasing me in the pan yard, saying, boy, every time you see you behind a pan, you go play pan whole day, whole night, or relax yourself now. And the idea came about because loving the steel pan so much, I think I needed to do something unique. And this is my contribution to Trinidad and Tobago, to put us in a positive light.
This 36-year-old panist says that even though it's easier to submit a video to be judged by the organization that sought out the best and most interesting record breakers since the 1950s, it will be better for the judges to come to the island and witness the event.
It would bring international media to Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago. And seeing that this submission, it's been the first time, they can come and learn about Tobago's culture and Trinidad culture and know exactly where the steel pan came from.
The Division of Community Development and Culture has promised to provide sponsorship for 2 judges to come to Tobago and certify Mr. Lewis's performance as a record-breaking feat, while the Magdalena Grand Beach and the Golf Resort will provide accommodation for the judges and their media crew. The resort will also be the venue for the event. In the meantime, Mr. Fantastic is putting in hours of practice.
I played on cruise ships for like 9 years, so my ability to retain music is natural. What I would do, every morning I wake up, I treat it like an 8 to 4 job. I drop my children to school. I come home, I rehearse all day until it's time to pick them up again. And I basically, like 15 hours per day, I just keep rehearsing new songs.
I'm Omadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
Speyside residents speak out about improving their village. But first, these messages. Let's Talk Tobago will be right back. Stay with us.
The Tobago House of Assembly has a plan, the Comprehensive Economic Development Plan, CEDP, and it is for all of us. Are you ready to benefit from higher levels of development in Tobago and a higher standard of living?
We ready!
The priority areas are branding Tobago, clean, green, safe and serene, business development and entrepreneurship.
Are you ready?
Human capital development.
I'm ready.
Social development and resilience.
I'm ready.
Improved infrastructure and utilities. Enhanced safety and security.
I'm ready.
Environmental sustainability. Tourism.
Are you ready?
Marine resources and forestry.
Are you ready?
Good governance and institutional reform.
The CEDP is ready. Join us and get on board.
Let's travel the island, straight back to my land, even to Thailand.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Tobago. The decorations on the first floor complement the villa's Caribbean ambience, and the doors here in the television room open to the balcony, which has a view of the pool. Next, Crystal George has another report on the face-to-face community meeting series. She's in Speyside Village with the details.
Public feedback has been the major goal of the 2016 face-to-face community meeting series. At the Speyside Community Center, where villagers from Speyside and surrounding communities converge, residents had various suggestions to improve their area. One resident wants more tourism opportunities on the beach.
It would be nice to make a nice beach facility at Pirates Bay where yachties and locals can go and bathe and get dressed, and even some little seats that they can relax, and even employ youngsters again to monitor that.
In relation to the yachties, we did a proposal about 7 years ago, Chief, that in all the anchorages in Tobago, we put down proper mooring facilities, as is done in the rest of the Caribbean. And the young lady was talking about collecting fees for water and garbage disposal, which is good. What is more important is the fees that is collected from utilizing these moorings, because they are not allowed to throw their anchors down. So if you put in Pirates Bay and you shall have 50 moorings, you charge a per day, and they have no problem. The cheapest place in the world to bring a yacht into is Tobago.
I know the jetty situation, there's a serious cost implication, so I cannot make any commitments on that with respect to the timelines, because it's not a cheap thing. They've called some figures. In fact, the figure run into the millions, quite a few millions, in order to have it done. If when we meet on Monday, you can tell me a cheaper way to do it, then that will make it a little bit more possible.
The senior citizens also had hopes to see the old craft market restored to its former glory. He got some good news.
I saw 2 buildings out there going down to nothing. The craft market and the fishing hut out there. Now, I have a strong belief is that that thing could be repaired. The craft market craft, what they call it for craft market, and we fix it, and we put people there. They could sell something, just clothes at least, because clothes selling so much these days, and we take a rent.
All of the plans are already in place, and we hope that it will start, well, it is expected to start in July. In terms of the upgrades, we have already met the Division of Agriculture and also Tourism, and we have agreed that it is a go. All right, so in July you would see some work starting up at the craft market.
The Secretary said consultations will be held to determine what can be done about the fishing facilities. I'm Crystal George for Let's Talk Tobago.
This is the balcony view I was telling you about. Guests are encouraged to sit out here and relax and enjoy the lush greenery and the cool island breeze. You're never too old to learn. So Keyshawn Wilson has highlights from graduation day for some very special seniors. Here are the details.
We are now seeing where you have a vision, not only for the young ones, but for all ages. And we thank you very much for this. And we know that you are thinking very much about the seniors and that you will continue to remember the seniors. And I therefore present you with this little token of our appreciation.
That's Victor Laptis, a graduate from the first cohort of the Senior Citizens Conversational Spanish classes and introductory guitar classes. He was praising the staff at the Scarborough Library facility for starting the initiative. The senior citizens showed off their newly acquired skills and received certificates for completing the 2-month course.
It just echoes what we try to do in Tobago House Assemblies, that senior citizens and doing things for golden ages and the youth of yesteryear, all of those nice terms that they have. It's not only the responsibility of the Division of Health and Social Services, but education has a role to play in that, and library services has a role to play in that, in ensuring our senior citizens continue to play a role, continue to learn. As it says, learning is lifelong.
25 seniors received certificates of completion for the conversational Spanish course, and a further 10 got certificates for learning to play the guitar. I'm Keyshawn Wilson for Let's Talk Tobago.
This is truly a beautiful view. Upon your arrival to the villa, you may be welcomed by your personal housekeeper who would ensure that everything and everyone is taken care of. Getting to the business of making Signal Hill residents feel safe and whole again was the task for the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Currently Freitas has details from the community meeting.
Noise, speeding and vandalism. These are just some of the issues residents raised during the recent Trinidad and Tobago Police Service town meeting at Signal Hill. The meeting at the Signal Hill Community Center allowed the residents to make their complaints in person to some of the country's top cops.
Every village a menace, and every Tobago have policemen in every village in Tobago, and they know them. And you see the police and the same menace linemen having a good time together. So what I want to know is how safe would we feel coming to the police, and by tomorrow when the same menace and them know you came and make a report.
We have faced a lot of problems with the building. Vandalizing the doors, the windows. Sometimes we can't even leave the center open because they use it as a thoroughfare in the night because there's no police patrol in Signal Hill. As far as I am concerned.
I just want to indicate to you and to all the members of the community here, if you all would have made report to the police over the last year, year and a half, 2 years, and you all are staff of what you will term getting justice and no feedback. I am now asking the assistant superintendent on my left, right? I'll be asking him for you to meet with him, give him the dates of those reports, what the reports were, very briefly, and probably who was investigator. And I will monitor those investigations from Trinidad.
Residents also want a solution to what they say are drivers speeding through their community.
pay. So instead of young fellas, like they soup up their cars or something, and in the night, my God, they're mashing up the village. They're speeding, the guys coming down the road there, and they're making 360. Just the other night, one of the guys, they're doing this thing with the wheels, making all this set of smoke, that all the traffic had to stop, because they couldn't see.
You should not be able to live in fear where you live. You should be able to live there in peace. What we would also want to do, and that's after, because you might be able to identify some of these drivers, because I'm almost sure that they are from your community, so that we can target them.
Through these meetings, the police service is seeking to connect with the public and encourage collaboration in fighting crime. I'm Kern De Freitas for Let's Talk Tobago.
Coming up, a sport with the environment in mind. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Going to Barbados? Why continue to pay high prices when you can get there for only US $231.95, all taxes included? Yes, you heard right. You can now travel to Barbados from Tobago for a mere US $231.95 on Gold's weekly service. So if you're going to Barbados for business, the beach, crop over, or attending university, stop wasting your money on those other high-priced airlines and get there for a fraction of the cost. To book, just log on to www.vogel.com.br. Barbados just got closer.
I'm Davia Chambers. Thanks for staying with us. The swimming pool and the jacuzzi are surrounded by this colorful garden, which contributes to the beauty of this property. From Sweden to Dubai, the Philippines, South Africa, and right here in Trinidad and Tobago, it's a sport and a world movement to protect our oceans. Check out this next story.
These dragon boat teams aren't competing for prizes. Paddle to Save the Planet is both the name of the initiative and their goal. They're seeking to raise awareness and financial support for the protection of marine areas such as Tobago's Buko Reef Marine Park.
Today we had Paddle for the Planet. It's a marine conservation initiative where it's done all over the world at separate time zones. It's like a relay. So every team or paddler or whoever who's interested in marine life, they come together for this one day and paddle in support of marine conservation.
The marine areas are important since they maintain biodiversity and help protect endangered species. They provide a habitat for fish and other marine animals to reproduce, spawn, and grow to their adult size. They also protect the coastline from climate change and natural disasters. And they maintain local cultures, economies, and livelihoods by attracting visitors. Dragon boat paddlers and steersmen from DOTT Conquerors, Aquaforce, Oceanus, and the Bonaccord Police Youth Club teamed up to participate in this annual global paddling relay.
It was a really, really fun event. We actually brought all the teams on the island together for this one day, which is recognized worldwide. Also, we just we included the youth, so we can have the sport live on.
Dragon boat racing in Tobago started 5 years ago. It's the first edition of the Paddle to Save the Planet event, and organizers are confident it will continue. I'm Amadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
I'm here on the patio, and as you can see, it's perfect for outdoor dining. There's a barbecue grill for you to prepare a meal while you take a dip in the pool. Come make your Tobago experience one to always talk about. The acclaimed poet Dr. Maya Angelou wrote in her poem Phenomenal Woman, "When you see me passing, it ought to make you proud." Proud is just one word some describe this next group of women from the village of Argyle. Here are the details.
call them the Phenomenal Women, a group of mature women actively involved in cultural and creative activities within communities. Their group received a significant boost when 7 new drums were handed over to the Argyle Village Council. President of the Village Council, Marilyn Trockman, says she is happy that the Phenomenal Woman program has finally received the drums. She adds that this will make it easier for drum tutor Kevin Nichols, who previously worked with his own drums, to teach the women.
We have a long-term plan for this heritage because we have a historical site in Lamy where the slaves used to be, and we have a tomb there. So we want to make it into a tourist attraction. So we want to establish that. So through this heritage program that we're doing, because the island tour, that is when the Lamy waterfall is a very nice waterfall too, but it better than Argyle waterfall.
Public Relations Officer Lennox Strockman said the drums will be a tremendous boost to the program.
It's something that we were expecting for a long time, and now that it has happened, we feel great, and we hope that it will continue the relationship between the division and the Argyle Village Council. That relationship will continue.
Village Council Secretary Carnetta Fraser explains that she has had a passion for drums since childhood. She sees drumming as a means of education and an art which can be financially rewarding. Fraser wants the youth of the community to come on board with the seniors in order to enhance the program.
I would like to see younger persons learn the art of beating the drums, that they'll be able to, proper music, a whole orchestra as it is.
Drum tutor Kevin Nichols explained the intricacies of the varied songs of the drums.
Bass has 2 basic notes, which is basically the belly and a tone. If pulled correctly, you might get a little variation out of it, which is also called a rhythm bass. That's one of the drums. Now, the rhythm drum or the fuller drum, that has 3 basic notes, which is bass, tone, and variation. Now, based upon your hand placement, you will get the different notes.
The Phenomenal Woman program is multifaceted, as it also offers employment to practitioners of the arts returning from training. The program is an initiative of the Division of Community Development and Culture. From the Division of Community Development and Culture, I am Beverly Edwards for Let's Talk Tobago.
In June of each year, countries celebrate World Environment Day, which was officially decreed as June 5th. Tobago has its own mantra: clean, green, safe, and serene. It's our Have Your Say segment, and this week's question is, how do you help to keep a clean environment? We hope you will think of ways to make a difference in your daily life. Now let's hear what a few of our viewers had to say.
I dispose of my garbage properly by putting them out when I know the garbage truck will come.
By basically not littering, or they will put plastic on the ground because plastic can't be decomposed, so you just put it in a bin, a recyclable bin.
We dispose of all garbage. Don't litter, keep the place clean and tidy.
A passing and I see paper or anything wrong, I'll pick it up.
By not littering, recycling, and if you see anybody throwing anything on the ground, you ask them to please pick it up.
Make sure get the place sanitized, clean up, polish up so that no flies, no disease germs will be spread around.
Help influence the children not to write on the walls, and if I'm with my friends and I see them littering, I would tell them pick it up.
That's all for us this edition. As always, we thank you for watching. Remember, you can email us with your comment or query about the program, and be sure to like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. From our house to yours, I'm Davia Chambers. On behalf of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly, do have a safe and very productive week.